Om. Welcome to Meaningful Morning and a joyous Deepavali to all, and a joyous Remembrance Day, Veterans Day. Living equals leaving. That is the sutra, the reflection point. Living equals leaving. The implication of this is what you leave behind, often described as a legacy, is indicative of how you've lived. Today, we honor those who protected people. They lived to leave behind people who are alive, who are safe. Today, we honor those who protected purpose. Purpose protects people. If my purpose is independence, let's say an independent America, Canada, India, then the people of those countries are protected. Today we honor those who have protected presence. They are living for infinity, which protects purpose, which protects people. Part of practicing bhakti is smarana, or remembrance. Relax the body, enjoy the breath, and remember with the mind all who have lived to protect you. Whether they lived for presence or purpose or people, as in you, remember them, honor them, whether they're alive physically or not. Kritagnyata. Nyata means to know. Krita, what has been done for one. When you know what has been done for you, one feels grateful. Ya Shraddha Sa Purusha. This is one of the first reflections I had shared when we started this chapter. As your faith, so are you. The word Purusha means, in English, where divinity rests. Sometimes this is interpreted as divinity lies or sleeps. And the implication of this is we have to wake up to who's inside of us. Then that divinity too will wake up, will stand up, will be active. whatever's inside of us will come outside. Food will come outside. Don't think about it too much, but you get my point. So in the same way, feelings, whatever feelings I have inside, is going to come outside. And so Shri Krishna has shared, Shraddha can be classified as those who have lots of faith inside of themselves, of that divinity that is resting, lying, sleeping. Then there are those who have less faith in this, and there are those who have little faith in this. When one has lots less little faith of divinity within themselves, this affects what they feel is sadhana. Sadhana is developmental discipline. It is being disciplined, but remembering you're being disciplined to develop yourself into divinity. And so those with lots of faith, they feel association is sadhana. Dedication is sadhana, renunciation is sadhana, contribution is sadhana. They feel all of the verbs they engage in is an opportunity for developmental discipline. The final classification Sri Krishna is flowing through is evolution. And this classification, if you can assign this words we're using, those with little faith, they tune into O. Those with more faith tune into Tat. And those with lots of faith, they tune into Sat. Om Tat Sat. This is all shared in verses 24 to 26. Now, I think for you, this has been the most complex or confusing classification. How many of you feel that? You don't have to put your hands up. I can read your mouths. So, let me give you different words to reflect on. In verse 24, Shri Krishna is sharing those who are facilitating divinity. Keyword is facilitating. In Sanskrit, the word that is used in this verse is vadinam, meaning students of divinity. They study divinity, but maybe they just study divinity. Whereas in verse 25, there's an upliftment from facilitating divinity to following divinity. That's more evolutionary, correct? And so Shri Krishna uses the word kangshibihi. They desire infinity. They're not just studying it, they're desiring it. And in verse 26, you have facilitate, you have follow, but in verse 26, even more evolutionary is they feel divinity. And the Sanskrit word for this was bhave. It is their feeling. How many of you are less confused now? Okay. Not everyone's hands are up, so I'm going to work a little bit harder, okay? See how hard you make me work. The word bhakti, which in English is dedication, comes from the base bhaja. Bhaja has lots of English meanings, lots of English verbs. How this plays out in verses 24 to 26, the lightest form of bhaja, as in from the ground, and then you evolve from there, is sing. Singing happens with one's words. So that's almost like verse 24. then one's dedication evolves to seek. That would be like verse 25. It's not just your words, now it's your thoughts. After that, we evolve even more. Sing, seek, then I'm going to club the next two together. It is support and serve. Support and serve. That is being shared in verse 26. It's not just your words. It's not just your thoughts. It is your actions now. You are supporting and serving. And if you combine sing, to seek, to support, to serve, this whole verb sequence ends in surrender. These are the steps for evolution in verses 24 to 26. Shri Krishna continues in verse 27. This is the valedictory address for this chapter and seed for the next chapter, the summary chapter, which we will explore in a long time. We still need to have everyone's hands up before we can reach chapter 18. Yagne tapasi dane cha stiti sad iti chochate karma chaiva tadarthiyam sadityeva bhidiyate. Joy. Yagne means in yajna, tapasi means in tapa, dane means in dana. We have used these words as dedication, renunciation, and contribution. Okay? I'm just translating, but putting this into our flow, a framework we can flow with. The sequence is tapa, yajna, dana. And the words we use, the reflective words, first you conserve, then you channel, and in doing so, you create. More reflective words. First you redirect, that's tapa. Then you rejuvenate, that's yajna. And then you release, that's dana. Valedictory address. Shri Krishna shares next quarter, stitihi, to be steady in tapa yajna dana, uchyate is described as sat. This is described as sat. Sat means nobility, truth, existence, connecting the dots. When one lives by renunciation, dedication, and contribution, practice makes perfect. You will grow up from just facilitating divinity to following divinity to feeling divinity. So even if you don't know these words or any sense of classification, but if you are living tapa yajna dana, this is sat. This is an indication of you living in a noble way which evolves to truth and existence. Third quarter, tat arthiyam, for those who have this purpose or this remembrance, karma, all of their actions, they lead to nobility, truth, existence. See, Shri Krishna is just giving some examples of verbs. But imagine you only did it with these verbs, no other verbs. Then one is not practicing in a comprehensive way, so one won't feel this peace in a comprehensive way. Clear, everyone? He's giving examples of tapa, yajna, dana, or in English, renunciation, dedication, and contribution. But you keep adding verbs: walking, talking, listening. You can do this with little faith, more faith, or lots of faith. Connect, chapter 16 and 17. Chapter 17 is likeness. Your likeness gets expressed as chapter 16, which is your lifestyle. But your lifestyle also affects your likeness. Sat iti eva abhidhiyate. When one makes all of the verbs they engage in as sadhana, they are filled with the faith that divinity lies in them. Then what they're doing is developmental discipline, and that divinity wakes up. They feel, chapter 15, limitlessness. Keep reflecting. I will share more thoughts on 27 and then complete chapter 17 tomorrow. From inspiration to application, your application yesterday was to do what you're doing now. Remember those who have protected people, purpose, presence. Sharing this in one more way. If you remember who gave you power, you serve that same entity, that same institution. If you don't serve who gave you power, that's forgetting, not remembering. Your application for today is to appreciate how our community is working hard and smart on our lifestyle. Tomorrow we complete 30 days of dhyana. Today we've completed 28 days of asana. Tomorrow we complete 29 days of satsanga, just on chapter 17. Your lifestyle leads to your likeness, which should lead to limitlessness. Try to appreciate what is being created for you. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be joy.